Welcome back, Truth Seeker. This is take 2 on the reported death of the 24-year-old Dallas Cowboys player who just scored a special teams touchdown on Monday Night Football. Again, dead at 24 days after Jerry Jones's birthday. When we covered this story this morning, they hadn't put out the cause of death, and a whole new development was added to the story hours after it was first posted. When all the sources first posted it, he was just dead. The team was sending out their condolences. No explanation of anything. Couple hours later, a new update in the story. He was in a high-speed chase with the police, and then he deleted himself. And it kind of reminds of the Doug Martin story from October 18th, former NFL player, not very old. Initially, he's reported dead. No real explanation for how he died. What was it? The next day, the details came out that he died while resisting arrest from the police. If they're in such a hurry to rush out that people are dead, maybe get the story out along with it. It seems like hard details to miss. The high-speed chase, normally they put those things on TV. Anyone in the Dallas area, you hear anything about a high-speed chase last night on Remember the 5th of November? His last name, you guys, Kneeland. You know, another viral story right now is the officers kneeling on the man in the Carolinas, reminding you of George Floyd. And the George Floyd story followed all of the NFL protesters taking a knee, which was led by Colin Kaepernick, right? You know whose birthday it was? Monday Night Football, the day this guy played his last game. It was Colin Kaepernick's birthday. And do you know how old Colin Kaepernick turned on Monday Night Football? He turned 38. Jerry Jones is 83. Colin Kaepernick turned 38. What have we taught about 83 and 38 for all these years about these suspicious deaths? Those are the murder numbers. They're literally in songs. They're in movies. They're in TV shows that have alluded to this subject of killing people by a numerical code. Again, a code based in Kabbalah. Well, let's go through all this. Let's also identify that he played for the Western Michigan Broncos in light of him being announced dead on a Thursday, the day the Broncos host Thursday Night Football. Of course, the Cowboys just got smoked by the Broncos before getting upset on Monday Night Football. And with regards to the Broncos, might remind you of Colin Kaepernick. He was drafted by the Broncos and traded to the 49ers in a draft day deal. So, yeah, let's go through this from the top again in case you missed this morning stream and just bring in all the details. Again, today is 24 days after Jerry Jones's 83rd birthday that they announced the death of the 24-year-old. In this code of letters and numbers, football, cowboy, and murder all equal 83. Again, the song Murder by Numbers, about how killing is the sport of the elected, came out in 83. Remember, George W. Bush was at this game, and Dick Cheney just happened to die that night. George W. Bush, who presented himself as the cowboy. But yeah, also the movie Murder by Numbers. The E's changed to a 3, the B's changed to an 8, 3883. This movie came out 38 weeks after Sandra Bullock's birthday. Her name equals 83. Again, Colin Kaepernick turned 38 during Monday Night Football. The kneeler, only for Kneeland to be dead days later. And just, whoa, I don't know how that just happened. Let me scroll back up. That was weird. I don't know why I just scrolled down like that. I didn't even do anything. That was weird. Just look at that headline from when the Kaepernick 49ers trade happened. Colin Kaepernick trade to Broncos being held up by $4.9 million. That had to do with the 49ers. Again, they really do put this stuff in front of your face every day. It's like Barkley going to the Eagles in a $26 million deal, Super Bowl on his birthday. The other day, he just played the Giants and picked up his 25th and 26th touchdowns with the Eagles facing the Giants. In light of it being Kaepernick's 38th birthday, just in case you're new here, we've covered this a gazillion times. Murder equals 38. And there's the Sandra Bullock thing. The movie came out on a very special day to the Jesuits in history, just like the high-speed chase last night was on another special day to the Jesuits in history. April 19th, when Ignatius Loyola was recognized as the first superior general by the Catholic Church. Last night's the anniversary of them trying to kill King James over the King James Bible. Again, that movie came out 38 weeks after Bullock's birthday. Killing Death, R.I.P., all 38. Again, this whole thing comes from Kabbalah, Gematria, English, Kabbalah. They're all 38. There's the Slipknot song, Gematria, the killing name. 2 members of the band have died. They both died in 38 rituals. One died at age 38. The other died on 38 date numerology. Don't forget words like Pentagon equal 38, the nation's killing department on the 38th parallel that sponsors the NFL and recruits the young dummies watching the rigged football games to be all they can be in the New World Order killing force, where they often do military flyovers over the games. And if you're offended by the phrase young dummies, I don't know why that isn't true. I mean, that's what they raise in this nation, a bunch of young dummies that turn into old dummies, that turn into fat, sloppy dummies that sit around on their ass all day and watch rigged football games and can't tell they're rigged, even though it couldn't be any more obvious. Anyway, just after the last week of talking about all the celebrity death rituals with 121 for the 121st World Series, he's also dead 121 days after his birthday, like blood sacrifices 121. Again, his last name overlaps with World Series. His jersey number connects with World Series. His name, Marshawn Kneeland, equates to 269, the 57th prime. Like World Series, like the Blue Jays manager just got his 269th loss, losing the 121st World Series. Again, Marshawn Kneeland, same gematria as Jackie Robinson. It was a big theme with the World Series. It began on his 53rd death anniversary. He died at 53. The Dodgers just picked up the 53rd World Series for the NL. Los Angeles, 53. Kneeland, 42, like Jackie. I'm not going to recover everything I did this morning, but yeah, they announced his death on the first of the last 56 days of the year. Colin Kaepernick, he led the Black Lives Matter movement in the NFL, the kneeling movement. Black Lives Matter 56, like Society of Jesus, like Freemasons. I've always made this point that Black Lives Matter has a different meaning to this occult cabal that sacrifices all these young black entertainers religiously. Michael Jackson's another one, 50. Jackson, for the record, equals 116. You guys might have heard the Michael Jackson movie trailer came out today on 11/6, 116. Jackson 116. It's a whole nother story. Again, Monday Night Football, both teams became 3 wins, 5 losses in the month of November in Dallas, where JFK number 35 was killed on I-35 at age 46. Thursday in Catholic, 35 and 46. We thought that game would be a tribute to the JFK assassination. We thought the Cardinals had a good chance to upset. All 3 Bird teams won on prime time on the road in week 9. About that JFK thing and this news on a Thursday. Notice today can be written 6/11 like assassination. Pretty sure that's what really happened to this man, too. It's not going to go down in the history book as that, but I think that's what really happened. Run it forwards. Marshawn Kneeland is 163, the 38th prime. Again, his Monday Night Football touchdown on Kaepernick's 38th birthday. Again, the kneeler. One more time, drafted on April 26th, typically the 116th day of the year. From that day to today, a span of 560 days for the 56th pick. Again, this man was the 56th pick in the draft, announced dead on the first of the last 56 days of the year. Just think about it. And the word execution, 116 and 46. 46 in that Thursday as well. Execution 44 as well. If you're new here, there's 4 base ciphers of the English language: alphabetic order, reverse alphabetic order, both orders with numerology. Isn't it sad that I have to teach in every video? I mean, this stuff should be household knowledge to every American at this day and age. Nobody should have to explain. Everyone should know what it is. But did you see the scores of the last 2 Cowboys games? 44 points on Monday night combined, right? 27-17. JFK, number 35, but the 44th term president. By the way, shootings 44. And then they just got spanked by the Broncos, who put up 44, beating them 44-24. This guy played for the Western Michigan Broncos, only to die at 24 days later. Think about it. By the way, at 68 points, Denver equals 68. Caskets go 6 feet deep or 8 feet long. Yeah, from the draft to the news of his death, 560 days. And now they want to say self-deletion. Look how Marshawn and SUICIDE overlap in the base ciphers. Again, these are the 4 base ciphers: alphabetic order with numerology, reverse alphabetic order with numerology. Marshawn equals 97, where there's no overlap. So does the word death. 97 is the 25th prime number. We've seen a lot of that in 2025. But then 34, 119, 47. And in light of his little World Series parallel, dying 121 days from his birthday, the World Series ended in the 47th game. And don't forget, Robinson equals 47, as in Jackie. It also equals 106, like the Dodgers picked up their 106th win in Game 7. Goes with Fernando Valenzuela's full name equaling 106, and it ending on his birthday anniversary. But Robinson, 47, 106, and also 43, like it was a 4-3 series. Fernando Valenzuela wore the number 34. 3-4 series, 4-3 series. Anyway, triple overlap there for Marshawn and self-deletion. And what's interesting is a lot of news media said, just reading here from the article, Dallas Cowboys defensive end Marshawn Kneeland died Thursday morning from self-inflicted gunshot wound following a police chase, authorities said. He was 24. At about 10:33 p.m. on Wednesday, Texas Department of Public Safety troopers attempted to stop a vehicle for a traffic violation on the northbound lanes of the Dallas North Tollway near Keller Springs Boulevard, Frisco, police said. We should go back and look at Marion Barber's death in Frisco as well. One of many young dead NFL players. But here, a lot of the news media reported 10:33 p.m., right? Cowboys 33, like police, like masonry, like federal, like secrecy, like order. Like for years, I've been saying, the police, the Fraternal Order of Police stations being next to Masonic lodges, secret societies accused of doing nefarious things. A few years ago, what was it? A&E put out that series Lodge 49. And then the newer members of the lodge were finding like these secret chambers in the lodge with dead bodies and stuff in it. They turn this into a comedy on TV, but is it really a comedy or is this what's going on? Again, the movie Filth about Masonic cops who murder and then solve their own murders. The band The Police did the song Murder by Numbers. Again, in 83. Anyway, some sources said 10:33. ESPN did it a little bit different, though. ESPN said it happened at 10:39. Here's the ESPN reporting. According to Frisco, Texas police, the department responded to assist the Texas Department of Public Safety with locating a vehicle that evaded troopers during a pursuit that entered the city at approximately 10:39. Now, if you just run it in reverse, masonry, secrecy, federal, they're all 39. So which one is it? Is it 33 or 39? In a way, it doesn't matter. They're just inserting their Masonic Kabbalistic encoding. Again, masonry is based in Kabbalah. This whole thing of letters and numbers comes from Kabbalah. It's pretty intuitive why this is being done. And with regards to Frisco, it should remind you of San Francisco and Colin Kaepernick. And let me just go pull up the Marion Barber thing because that's been a minute. I'm sure almost everybody forgot about that. There's been about 1,000 NFL bodies since then. Marion Barber died from heat stroke. That's what they tried to tell you. Heat stroke. An NFL athlete who goes through summer camps dies from heat stroke. From the day that he died, June 1st, to the update was 41 days later. Heat stroke equals 41. I don't know why I didn't put Dallas up here. I guess I just wrote it down. Dallas equals 41. Think about Dirk Diggler, number 41, Nowitzki. I have to go back and revisit everything that was going on. But stroke, Marion, Frisco, finals, they're all 38. This man's dead in Frisco, Texas, after scoring a touchdown on Kaepernick, the Kneeler's 38th birthday. Hold on, that was the follow-up post to when they put out the cause of death. Here's the initial one. Oh, man, it was synced with Super Bowl 56. Okay. Yeah, it was synced with Super Bowl 56. Go figure. Marion Barber from Minnesota. Remember, Minnesota equals 38. Like they killed George Floyd on the corner of 38th. Another guy who got kneeled on. Jeff Gladney was killed on the anniversary of George Floyd's death. Just so many bodies over the years. It's crazy. Marion Barber was found dead on the day, leaving 213 days left in the year. After LA, the 213 area code won the Super Bowl on 213. Marion Barber III, 109 like Los Angeles, dead 109 days after the Super Bowl. 109 is the 29th prime. Football equals 29. This shot after the Super Bowl, Cup and Stafford, 109. You know, when the Chargers just won on the eve of the World Series beginning, they won with 37 points in the 109th game of the season, and they became 5-3 for the year. That was the 109th NFL game of the season that the Chargers won. They won with 37 points over Minnesota, and they became 5-3 on the year, right before Los Angeles picked up the 53rd World Series for the NL. And again, Jackie Robinson dead at 53. World Series began on his 53rd death anniversary. Hold on. Where's the Des Bryant quote that I was talking about from the headlines? Des Bryant, down and out bad. You see how they put the parentheses around that for the New York Post? Down and out bad. Again, when they put parentheses in headlines, they're always coding something in gematria. Down and out bad, 213. In something known as satanic gematria, death equals 213. So, yeah, that's the way it goes. If you want to join us, we're going to start up the live stream on Patreon now for Thursday Night Football and talk more about it. Is it going to be business as usual with the heavy Broncos winning, or is there an upset special in the division rivalry with the Raiders and the Broncos and Pete Carroll looking to make this season look like something other than a total failure? So we'll be talking about it. Join us on Patreon. And the link for that is in the description. Till next time, True Sicker. There's a bookstore right here, just so we don't compete with all the music and piss people off with the megaphone. Maybe we think people are seeking knowledge. Maybe we post up by the bookstore that's busy.
Okay.
You think that's a good spot to get out the word?
If they allow it, yeah.
Okay, we'll try it out.
It's like an indie bookstore, so that would be good.
I appreciate that. Thank you.